Good morning. We are headed to Blue Mountain today. We are leaving from central Toronto. Our drive will take approximately 2 hours and it's 164 kilometers. To get to Blue Mountain from where we live, we have to take the 401 west to the 410 north. Once we get to the 410 north, we will have to change highways again, and we'll update you the closer we get to the 410 north. We are currently driving on Highway 401. We are approximately at Yonge Street, which is part of North York. Originally, it's now the City of Toronto. You can see a lot of high-rise development here. Most of these buildings are condominiums. I believe the majority of them are condos, and there may be a few buildings that are rental units. But this area over the past few years has really seen explosion in development. It is really changing rapidly. We are now approaching the 410 north, so we will be exiting the 401 west, heading to the 410 north. For the 410 north, we will probably be driving 25 to 30 kilometers, then we will have to change to a different roadway. We are getting a little closer to Blue Mountain now. Alright, we are now approaching Highway 10 North. The 410 North ends and it eventually turns into Highway 10 North, and as you can see, we are now merging onto Highway 10 North. We are currently in the town of Caledon. To my right side, there's a beautiful old church. It's called the Claude Presbyterian Church. We are headed out of the city and more into the country. You'll notice to the right side there are fields where they're growing corn and a lot of farmland. Straight ahead, we are headed up a very big hill. You can see the incline as we're going up. I think the area around this part of Ontario is very hilly. On your drive to Blue Mountain, you have to be very careful. There are many small towns on the way there, and the speed limit varies from 80 kilometers to 60 kilometers to 50 kilometers. There are many policemen out patrolling. I think these small towns, they make most of their revenue from issuing speed tickets, so be very careful on your drive. We are approaching Highway 89 and we have to head to Highway 89 west, so we'll be turning left here. We are currently in Superburger, which has been in this very location since 1983, so it's 43 years in business. Originally it was a small shack, but now it's grown into a very large modern building. Got great country music playing in the background, and they make burgers over flame grilled oven. It is located right at the corner of Highway 87 West and 410 North, right at the intersection as you turn onto it. So we're just stopped to take a little bit of a break and grab some lunch. Alright, we are now exiting Highway 89 West and we'll be turning onto Road 124, I believe, north. right, as you've noticed to my left, as we're driving on Highway 124 North, you'll notice a lot of windmills. So in this part of Ontario, I believe they generate electricity for the smaller communities through wind power. There are countless windmills to my left as well as to my right. We'll have my wife scan across so you'll see the different windmills. As you will notice, there are a cluster of windmills to my right. I'm not sure if they're using these windmills to generate power for the homes in this community or for the farms. Now, this is a very large farming community. I've noticed that they grow corn and a lot of green leafy vegetables. Yeah, take a look and enjoy the video.
How much energy do they create? How many houses can one operate?
I think one of these things can provide electricity for 1,000 homes. We are now about 200 meters away from Highway 91. We have to turn onto Highway 91 to get onto Collingwood.
So where's the mountain?
All right, we are now turning onto Concession 10 North. So one step closer to Blue Mountain. All right, hit the brake. Am I talking?
Yeah.
All right, we have reached 6th Street, and at 6th Street we have to turn left to get to Blue Mountain. From this point, our drive is only about 8 kilometers to Blue Mountain. Alrighty, we are now at I guess it's Gray Road number 19, and we have to turn right onto Gray Road. It is stop in only one direction.
Doghouse.
We have finally made it to Blue Mountain. This is our last turn. We will be turning left onto Regional Road number 19, and Blue Mountain, if you look to my left side, is right there. Straight ahead of us, you will see the hills for Blue Mountain, where they do skiing during the winter time. And if you look very, very carefully, you can see the chairlifts up the side of the mountain to my left. There are several hills where you can ski from. I would imagine there's snowboarding as well too. Alright, so once you've reached Blue Mountain, finding parking is very easy. Unfortunately, you have to pay for parking. Now, at all areas where you could park, there is a sign from Canada White Parking and a QR code where you scan, and once you scan the code, you can set how much time you want to park for, and it lets you know the price. So for example, 2 hours would be 14 Canadian dollars. And right in front of me here is the village of Blue Mountain. Now, these are relatively new structures, but they're designed to look like they are older and designed to look like they're European. Actually, they're quite beautiful. You'll notice the variety in tones in the buildings. Some are made out of brick, some plaster, some cedar shingles. It's actually a very beautiful village. And further down, you can see some of the ski hills with the gondolas. not working now because there's obviously no skiing during the summer months. Okay. Finally, we have made it to Blue Mountain. You'll notice to my back, there's the village. There's a small lake where you can rent boat to paddle. There's a great sign there that has blue. You'll notice all the beautiful floral baskets, pink flowers, purple flowers, yellow flowers. It is beautiful. And what's nice, it's a bit overcast, so it's has a nice temperature and a nice breeze. All right, we're right in the central square of the village of Blue Mountain. Now, we were last here about 11 years ago, and Lauren and I ate at a restaurant called Copper Blue. To this day, we still remember the seafood platter she has. It was so wonderful. Now, I'm not sure where we're going to have dinner tonight. We'll still look around. But as we pan throughout the village, there's an MJ Burns. I believe it might be an Irish pub concept. There is a Rocky Mountain Chocolate Company. There's a Hatley clothing store, Columbia Sportswear, and there is a restaurant straight ahead of us called Rusty's. I'm not sure what type of cuisine it serves, and there is a Roots clothing store as well as a Tim Hortons. So this part of the village has changed a great deal since we were last here. It appears to be a bit more developed.